Everybody, it's Victor. It's time to run here the binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Easter, everybody out there who celebrates it. I hope you all have a fantastic Easter weekend, and we're going to hop right on in. We had a great greed run yesterday, so hopefully we can continue that momentum into the new week. Ooh, starting off with Sagittarius, Foxtrot Hotel, Charlie 6, Mike Golf, Papa Sierra. Now, probably by the time this video comes out, I will be on my way to, or maybe getting ready to go on my way to Mama Victa's Easter dinner, what we have every year. Always good food, and she does. I will admit it. I don't even care what anyone says or thinks about this. My mom, she still prepares me an Easter basket every year, and every year it's something I look forward to because it makes me happy, and she loves doing it. So, God bless Mama Victa. She's doing a great job, and I'm looking forward to having some. We usually have like ham and turkey, not turkey, but chicken, and she's gonna make some of her world famous, in fact, mashed potatoes, which I'm looking forward to. What was that? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why we have this. I don't know why there's a mechanic of if you take an item off an item pedestal, it just bounces you off like that, but we do. It wouldn't be Isaac, just like people who've been saying that, oh, RNG, it belongs in roguelites and stuff. It's like, I guess, if you insist. But having Sagittarius here gives us piercing shots, and we have a decent amount of damage early on here as we get Chemical PO. Now, this room absolutely, positively sucks to do, especially when we don't have any kind of spectral tears or anything like that. You're basically fighting in the trenches right now, and that's not good whenever you don't have a lot of damage. You can't just one-shot stuff. Kind of have to do these circular motions, and this is where you don't want to try to get fancy with it. You just go in, deal the damage, and get out. So hopefully we get a bomb so we can go find that. Wow, there's another tinted rock. Yeah, 2 bombs here would go crazy, brother. We need some HP, especially after getting bounced off into that fire. That puts us now 1.5 hearts. And our active item we're starting off with is Ventricle Razor, which, yep, Ventricle Razor is okay, I guess. There's ways that you can use it that are very interesting. You can use them to get into and out of curse rooms for free. You can use them to, or at least you used to be able to use them to hit demon judgments, that sort of stuff, although I believe that got patched. But more importantly, you can use them to get out of the challenge rooms, which most likely we'll be doing a lot of here because we're going to be starting off with an Orbital. Everyone's favorite starting Isaac item, an Orbital. Yep. Orbital would have been great for yesterday's run, especially with us having Serpent's Kiss and the Sigil Baphomet. But we don't. Now, I will show you how to get out of and into the curse room for free when we actually get the curse room. But what really sucks, unless we get the match booked by some miracle here, which is not going to happen, of course, we are going to be leaving behind not 1, but 2 tinted rocks, and that is disappointing. We're going to last week's question of the episode. This one, once again, coming in from Sea-Dog, who has I think Sea-Dog is the only person who asks questions at this point. Sea-Dog says, question of the episode, what's an item that you hate that everyone loves, or an item that you love that everyone hates? Binge Eater. Binge Eater. I have successfully turned people against one of the best items in the game. The same thing happened to Teleport Meta. The same thing happened to Binge Eater, and also now Sumptorium was the other one I was thinking of. Yep. If I show how good something is, everyone eventually doesn't like it because I'll just do that every single time. And Binge Eater, there's absolutely no reason to not like Binge Eater, and it's got the same mom's knife stigma about it with viewers anyway. Not everybody, of course. I'm painting with broad strokes here, but there's a lot of people who don't like Binge Eater, and some will even go out of their way to say, I shut off the video because he took Binge Eater. It's like, okay, brother, see you tomorrow. That's always fun is when people tell you when they've shut off your video. Really sticks it to you. Secret room might be, it's not here because it's locked by rocks. That it's a little bit of a stretch here to see if it'd be there. I doubt it. It might be underneath the item room maybe, or it's south of here. No, it can't be south of here. Because the room below it is, that wall is locked by rocks, so there's no way for us to get in there. Let me double check this room here. Yeah, I need double confirmation. Now, there is a cursed room. I'm gonna try it, but I don't think it's there. Okay, it is there. What was throwing me off for that was the fact that we have a was that it was right on our starting room, which is not normally where you'd want to go. So we can throw. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Maybe I shouldn't do this. We can go into here. Yep, and jump in. Okay, good. Then we can jump out. There we go. So you can use the iframes of going in and out of the curse room, which is great. And we need to get a solid, if we can get a tears rate upgrade, honestly, or even just a spectral tears from the devil deal, that'd be great. Unfortunately, we don't have the HP to do that right now, so yeah. Super secret room is going to be south of here, pretty much guaranteed. If you ever see this 3-pot room, unless the map is being really janky, it's almost always going to be down here. And we get a soul heart, which is definitely something that we need, but we also need more than just that. If we are to take this is the situation that we're currently in. If we are to take a devil deal, assuming it doesn't give us soul hearts or extra lives or something like that, we would have to get, even if we got just a regular HP upgrade, we would still be left with 1/2 of a soul heart left after that devil deal. So the chances of us taking this are very, very, very bad. I'm going to drop the exit there just to save us some time, because I am going to go back to the shop, and hopefully we can find another soul heart. Now, if we get a soul heart in the shop, that does change a lot, but of course we didn't, because that would just be too easy. Get the compass, but unfortunately we can't afford it unless we get lucky. Don't think there was any other. I don't remember seeing any fool's gold. There's nothing in the curse room, and there was nothing in the secret room. Just 1 nickel. Now we need 3 cents to get the compass, and I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. There's 1 pot in here. Or we could place a bomb here and let those 2 detonate, but I think I'm just going to full send it with the pot and just kind of hope here. The long shot. We're 2 cents short. It's pretty remarkable that we even got that many payouts out of fires. Ooh, there's 2 pots there too. I didn't realize that. I'm going to do my best. Petrified poop might come in handy if we can just get 2 cents here. I like how I laid down Ventricle Razor and then I just didn't go in there. Now all we can really do is hope for Pageant Boy, and that's not going to help us out with our help us out with our Devil Deal transformation, and there goes our Soul Heart. That was a nice little delay there. Yep. 2 cents. 5 cents. And we have one last shot here. And it's completely exhausted. All right. Now, to be fair, if we had had the HP, I still wouldn't have taken that. I still wouldn't have taken Betrayal. Because Betrayal is just bad. It doesn't do anything inherently bad. but it's still just a nothing burger of an item. Like, yeah, it can lead to some kills for sure. And it's always nice when it happens, but it's not an impactful item. When I say something is bad, I normally mean that it's just not going to have much of anything of an effect on your current run. Yeah, it's a funny game. Okay, so here's where the Ventricle Razor can earn its keep. And we got to be very, very, very careful, even in these rooms. So we can do that. We can open up this chest, grab the money, and then get the heck out of Dodge before anyone's the wiser. I mean, I know the secret room is there, but we just can't get to it. Unfortunately, you can't sidestep a mushroom. We just don't have the damage in here. We just need a bomb. One singular bomb, and we can get out of this mess. So we were able to get a little bit of help there with no. Kane's Eye is actually kind of okay. We have no familiars to use the electrical cord for. Yeah, see, we don't have that punch. We don't have that damage to one-shot stuff yet. Not one-shot, but to easily remove from the situation. And bombs have been a thorn in our side in this entire run here. We get a curse room, which we can get out of and into for free. Get a cardio coin. Look at all the money now. All of a sudden, when we've not needed it so far. Wow, amazing game. Amazing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the. Oops. Forgot we don't have the Ventricle Razor. Well, let me find the rest of the shop first. Rest of the floor for the shop. Hopefully the Crooked Penny is feeling generous again in that room. I did think about, for a half second, leaving what we doubled in that room on the ground, just in case we double it again, but then that's what I was afraid of, was getting too greedy and then getting punished for it. This is really where Sagittarius earns its keep, too, with his piercing shots on all these Globins. And we are still looking for the shop. There, a bomb. Get a Joker card, which is of no use to us right now. Neither is Hive Mind, but it does contribute towards Spider Babby. The only hope that we have with the Joker card is if we can double it with the Crooked Penny. But in order for me to do that, I need to get a full charge on the Crooked Penny. And I'm also going to go into the curse room here. But we will get a full charge on the Crooked Penny after we're done with the boss. So, oh yeah. All right, so let's put this here at the mouth of the curse door. And we can go in. Go in. Through. And we get nothing but troll bombs once again. All right. So not a great look here for us. Was a promising start, but bad damage and no real. I mean, honestly, it's the lack of bombs that really stung for this run. Super secret room's not there. We know that the secret room's here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this real quick. Nope, absolutely not. Okay. You play it safe here. Forgive the radio silence, but Dark One could one-shot us. If I get sloppy. Great block by Ball of Bandages. Dude, chill with those shots. Tried the quick reload. An HP upgrade, but it doesn't help us with shot. I mean, we needed shot speed, but that's the least of our worries right now. And the pact is too good to lose. The pact is way too good to lose. We need everything that the pact gives us. I don't want to leave it to chance. Yeah, and we would have lost it. So it was a good move there to not get drawn into that. I'm gonna stick with the Vengeful Razor, mainly because I don't want to leave stuff like that down to a coin flip. Don't leave it. It's just like what we were talking about with football that one day. You know, I don't want to leave it. It's for the 3-item challenge. Don't let the refs be the final deciding factor, right? Don't let your win or loss hinge on a coin flip, because it's never going to go well for you. So we're getting small little boosts of survivability here, and we're still kicking. We're alive. I don't know if I'd say we're well, but we are alive. The pack gives us two very highly needed stats, particularly speaking the tears rate, and then damage, of course, on top of that. Both of them are going to be extremely useful. I don't know why I thought this was a combatless room. There's a library. It's maybe my over-eagerness to get into the library. Petrified Poop would still be a great job here. By the way, Kane's Eye has not procced yet. Like, just to point that out for those of you statisticians out there in the mosh pit. So we're going to get rid of Kane's Eye for now. There we go. Petrified Poop already paying out. And we have everything but what we needed, which was a Soul Heart Generator. And honestly, I think that the Vengeful Razor it still just trumps all of them. It gives us a way to get HP without costing us HP. It gets us a way to give us more advantages, more options anyway, that does not have an adverse effect on our run. Now we get Bookworm, which is going to help us out. And you see here now with the pack, we do have that damage that we can throw out there and get rid of the high value targets faster than not. Of course, the Necronomicon, there's something to be said for the Necronomicon in its defense. But outside of that, I mean, it's not going to save us at all, right? And we get just a random Soul Heart inside the arcade. I'll take it. Secret room can't be up there. because it's just that wall is inaccessible. You have to assume every one of these is a Cubone. Oh, that little phantom shot right there. I saw that game. Cricket's Body. Now, Cricket's Body does give us a nice Tears upgrade, but we do have to remember about the splash damage and the jostling. And our range, the range down is also pretty awful. You just saw right there what I mean with the jostling. Secret room might be adjacent here. I'm willing to take a stab at it. It's a greed fight anyway. I have no idea where that secret room is. Maybe below the arcade? It could be to the right of the item room, too. No, it can't be there. And we know it can't be next to the boss trap room. It's unlikely it's there. Although I did see that wall. No. It's probably in the elbow or next to the library. We'll never find out. You've already seen how detrimental it is for us not to have bombs here. So we have Petrified Poop, and I'm going to probably stick with that over Kane's Eye. It just was not proccing, and Kane's Eye is great whenever it procs, but it's only a 25% proc chance. If we get a card against humanity, then that could be our ticket to freedom here. And look at this, we get 9 lives, which I will take. And then I might as well take Goathead here, even though it is going to cost us a life. I think that's worth it. Now, what we can do with Vengeful Razor is we can go into the boss trap room and we can steal whatever's in there without actually having to do the boss trap room. I think I found our secret room too. Yeah, it's south of there, the right of this wall. And so is the super secret room. But we only have 1 bomb. I'm going to go to the one where I know that's there. Now we get 2 bombs. Okay. Let me look at this room again. This feels more right. It was just gas. Could be there or there. I'm not gonna take it to okay, never mind. I was gonna say I'm not gonna take it to a 50-50, but now it's not a 50-50. It's just how many bombs we want to spend. Yep. My inclination was right. So if we can get some HP here, I don't want to take it yet because remember we gotta go into the boss trap room. So we're making some big time plays. We've had to go a roundabout way of doing things here, but I think we have weathered the storm. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that as the exit point so we can go and get the HP upgrade. And honestly, I'll just take a regular HP upgrade in here, but I will take a damage upgrade as well. Shot speed is about the only thing I didn't want, but it's going to be a strength card. I will hold on to the strength card because we are guaranteed a double deal from now on, so. Okay. We got there. Very, very, very roundabout way, but it was worth it. And Curse the Blind. Anytime we're feeling like we're up, the game makes sure to let us know that we are feeling down, actually. Right after getting Goathead too, so we will be unable to identify our Devil Deal items, which is always fun. And I can already foresee what's going to happen here. The game is going to give us a bunch of one heart Devil Deal items to make us think that they're Guppy items, just so we go back down to 1 HP. That is my prediction. It's either that or a Krampus fight. I honestly would rather have the Krampus fight. There we go. Tried to get me. Tried to get me with that quick shot. And again, thank goodness we have Sagittarius in this piercing. This is most likely going to be another greed fight. No, it's not, surprisingly. Now, I'm not picking up soul hearts right now because I can already see what's happening with the Devil Deal. So I'm waiting on picking up any HP because we are most assuredly going to lose all the HP that we currently have. Fishing for Guppy. And this floor just keeps on going, doesn't it, folks? That's a Death Star-sized floor right there. I mean, how is that not an XL floor, man? It's still going. Hello? Thank you. Super Secret Room is there, but I don't care because it's Curse of Blind. Regular Secret Room is here, but I don't care because it's Curse of Blind. I doubly don't care because it's Curse of Blind there. Oh, actually, you got thrown into the spikes there. We get the box. And it's a Krampus fight. Probably the best of the cases, the best case of the scenarios that I ran through there. I did call the Krampus fight. And it's going to be the head of Krampus. Aha, gotcha, game. Gotcha. All right, so let's go. Let's go back. We got to go all the way over there. Pick up the soul hearts in the shop. Pick up the soul heart. That's north of that pill there. And then I am going to go into the curse room, but if it's an item, I'm probably not going to take it, if I'm honest. So let's get soul heart. I'll have to run back into the shop after I'm done with this. And we can also have a no, it's just steel chest. Okay, so we're gonna hop in. Then we're gonna hop in. First rooms. Still rocking it for us. Doing a great job. Soul heart. That's it. Actually fast for us to do this. Wait, no, it's not. I was thinking that the ventricle. It's in the it's over now. I was thinking that the ventricle razor or that the curse room was for whatever reason closer to the boss room because this map is so huge. How many rooms is that we've seen? It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 22, 23 rooms, something like that. It looks like a huge floor because of just how linear the room layout is. So, oh boy, 30 minutes. Well, we can see our items for the first time in the depths. We get another boss trap room, which means that we can't go in there until we go to 1 HP. I do miss the old days when you can just go into a boss trap room on empty hearts. Imagine. It's so funny how Repentance... I mean, everything pre-Repentance, how it just feels like all of that would be a buff, you know? Like, imagine if we just undid, or I say we, but if they undid all the changes that Repentance did, imagine how much of a huge buff that would feel like for the game. Maw of the Void can give you black soul hearts. Dark Bum can pay out 1-to-1 with any hearts that he picks up. You can withdraw an unlimited amount of times from your donation machine. I mean, amazing. Serpent's Kiss. Anything that you poison with Serpent's Kiss will now drop soul hearts as if you, without having to deal contact damage to them. Brimstone would be fireable and usable again. Not that it's not. Being a little melodramatic there. That would be the biggest patch in Isaac history. We got to see something like that. It's not worth it, so I'm just going to zip on back out of there. I mean, we could blow up both of them, but there's no reason to. Well, the nice thing about Ventricle Razor as well is that we do not need to have our Fool card. We can just do that and then walk out, so... Might as well fight Mom over here. There's no reason to delay. And hopefully we can get a damage upgrade. That sure would be nice. But all the back and forthing that we did on the previous floors, we had to do for survival sake, not because it's too late for Damocles. It's just, simply put, it's just too late. I would take it if it showed up earlier and we had 9 lives, but the fact of the matter is that we only get one benefit out of it. That's if we go into boss trap rooms or we get another item room somehow. And this is the last item room on this run, so... There's still the ever-present danger of Damocles as well. Even with 9 lives, imagine fighting the final boss and then Damocles decides to proc, leaving you with 1 HP instead of whatever you had. Damocles is still bad. But if you get it early enough, then, well, good things can happen. And look at this. We're able to do a 5 room here, so I will... Yeah, let's just full send it. Get another Depths 2. See how the game punishes us for this. And we might as well just go see what's inside of the mom fight. Along, we can now get the negative as well for a damage upgrade. And we get another chance at a non-Geppy item. Oh, you're funny, game. You want to do it a third time? Do it a third time, door? Yep. But we need damage, and I'm not going to be picky at this point. Should use the strength card. That was dumb. So we get Eye of the Occult. Ooh. Yeah, we got an Eternal Heart, and we get 2 Soul Hearts back. Ain't about that life. We needed range. We needed damage. As much as Eye of the Occult is not a perfect option for us, it does satisfy the requirement, the prerequisite of what we really, really, truly need right now. So I'm willing to deal with it. We're not going to get Brimstone. That's fine. I wouldn't really have mattered. It would not have mattered to me that much. Had we not had Cricket's body. Cricket's body is the determinant factor in that. Yeah, you tried, game. I saw that coming. Yep, get a soul heart. We're back to where we were. We don't really need keys, so let's put some more money in our donation machine. I have a feeling that we are going towards the boss room and not the item room here. Or we just get that ginormous racetrack of an Isaac Circle. So busy looking at the map instead of dodging there just to stare at all of that monstrosity. So at least we got the damage upgrade from the negative. I'm not going to lamb on this one. That one is not in the cards here. If we hadn't gotten any type of I mean, Eye of Belial would have been great. Soy Milk is always great, of course. Then I consider it, but with the way that our stats have been going on this with our damage, yeah. Unfortunately, we don't get a red portal there. You do get Master Lockpicking, which eliminates the need for keys, so that's fine. I don't know what the game's obsession with giving us Double Duke is lately. But showing you the value of being able to go in and out of rooms, curse rooms in particular, for free, it normally would be a great subject for a video if we were getting some things of value for free out of the curse rooms. Unfortunately, we are not. But at least showing you how to do it, that could help you out on your runs. That's really what it's all about. You know? Happy Easter, everybody. I will admit that I might be one of the few crazies who does enjoy Peeps. I try not to eat too many of them, but I for some reason I just love marshmallow stuff. Marshmallow is something that we never really had a lot of. They seem like magical foods to me back in the day in Bermuda because we just didn't have them. Get booster pack, which is super duper great. Get a Joker card. We can use that in the cathedral. That is all terrible. Maybe we can get something of use here out of this Demon Judgment and Polaroid. And that's all I need to see, game. All right. Check out our devil deal here is D Bizzle. Thank you, D Bizzle. Gonna make it 3 in a row here. We do not. Curse the Unknown. Good lord. See if the key beggar can hook us up here. We get a little Gertie. We get taken to the Devil Deal, which has Abadabba Ding Dong along with Whore Babylon and Rotten Baby. Which I'm going to take all of these. We have Hive Mind as well, remember. That gave us Leviathan, so shout out to the key beggar in the chest. What we save all those keys for, and boy howdy, are we getting the good items now. We'll take Blood of the Martyr for a nice damage up. 2 Soul Hearts for the road. And Chocolate Milk, which I will take as well. Yeah, this key beggar absolutely dominated. Thank you for your trouble, sir. Enjoy. We have Chocolate Milk now, which completely circumvents our tears rate. Yeah, those are some big old chunky tears now. Big old chunky tears. So at the end of the day, we did make it through this run. It was quite the clunker for the first, the first 8 floors. But you know what? We all came out a winner. And we get Deadeye at the very end. The game continues to do this trend of giving us all the good stuff at the very, 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 very end of the run. There we go. So yeah, happy Easter, everybody. For those of you who celebrate it, if you don't celebrate it, then I hope you're just having an absolutely awesome Sunday. Go watch some baseball. If you don't like baseball, well, I'm sure there's hockey on somewhere. I'm not a hockey fan. Never have been. Probably never will be. But shout out to those of you who are. You're probably Canadian, or you're from like Rhode Island or somewhere. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button. Want to run to showcase off what Ventricle Razor can do, despite us not really getting that many things of note in the curse rooms. You still saw how you can use it to get in and out of curse rooms for free. So go use this knowledge wisely, my friends, and post your wins down below. We also have no meme of the day. There's just no submissions on the subreddit or in Discord lately. So get those memes rolling. We definitely need them for the meme of the day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hyping this video if you have enough hype points. I'd appreciate it here on Easter Sunday. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. like some patrons of mine like Kishin Asura, Full Metal Johnny, Yanis, and Elvin Sheldon. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.